In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to keep sequence numbers unchanged when filtering in Excel. Let's walk through a simple and reliable way to keep your numbering stable, even after you filter your data. This is useful for lists, task trackers, inventories, or any worksheet where you want each row to keep its original number, instead of changing based on what is currently visible. First, open Microsoft Excel and go to the worksheet that contains your data. If you've ever filtered a list and noticed that the numbering suddenly skips around or changes, that usually happens because the sequence is tied to row position or visible rows. In other words, Excel may recalculate the numbers based only on what is being shown after the filter is applied. If you want the numbers to remain fixed, you need to use a formula that does not depend on filtered visibility. The first method is to use a fixed sequence column, and this is generally the best practice. Instead of typing the numbers manually, create a helper column for your sequence. In that column, enter the formula equals row open parenthesis, close parenthesis, -1. If your headers are in row 1, this formula will return 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on as you move down the sheet. The reason this works so well is that the value is based on the actual row number in the worksheet, not on whether a row is currently visible after filtering. That means when you apply a filter, each record keeps the same sequence number it had before. This is especially helpful if you need a stable reference number for each entry. The second method is to use an Excel table, which is a great option for to-do lists and structured data lists. Start by selecting your full data range. Then press Ctrl and T on your keyboard to convert the range into a table. Make sure your table includes headers if your data already has them. Once the table is created, go to the first column where you want the numbering to appear and enter this formula, equals row, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, -row, open parenthesis, table 1, open bracket, hashtag, headers, close bracket, close parenthesis. This formula creates numbering relative to the table header row. What makes this method especially useful is that Excel automatically carries the formula down the entire table, and the numbering stays consistent even when you filter or sort the data. That makes it ideal for dynamic lists that change often. If you want the cleanest and most dependable result, use a formula-based sequence instead of manual numbering. That way, your list stays organized and your row numbers remain unchanged when filters are applied.